My name is Colin, and I am currently a COVID tester and flu clinic nurse, but I begin an ICU position at the beginning of November. I graduated from University of San Francisco this past May, so I'm still a new grad. I'm from Redwood City, California, and my COVID testing position is actually at Stanford. I've been there coming up to about a month now, and my ICU position is going to be in Tracy, California. My day-to-day on weekdays starts with an early rise. I now work out before going to work because I'm so tired after. I've slowly converted to a morning person because even though I've always had to wake up early, I've only now really began to enjoy and be thankful for mornings. Outside of my weekdays or when I have more time, I love to bike, I love to hike, I really enjoy being in the outdoors. My future plan is to be a flight nurse. I've always been a high-intensity adrenaline chaser, and I have this burning passion to really help people in their most vulnerable states. The combined required experience of ICU and ED also really allows me to pursue and experience the two departments that I've been most drawn to. I originally didn't even consider a career in nursing, but I always knew I wanted to be working in medicine. I went to a high school with a lot of pressure to be objectively impressive or successful, Ivy Leagues, top colleges, engineering, pre-med, med school, and I actually applied to every college for pre-med. I was obsessed with medicine and human biology, and I was always fascinated by sickness and healing until a close friend of mine, who was a few years above me in nursing school, told me, "You would not be happy as a doctor," that I have such a skill and passion for working with people and bringing people joy. I should really think about applying for nursing school. So I applied with the idea that if I didn't like it, I could always switch to pre-med. But the second I started clinicals, I absolutely fell in love and I knew that was where I was supposed to be. To me, being a nurse means being that holistic foundation for a patient's experience. We educate, we heal, we comfort, we grieve, we catch mistakes, we articulate life-saving interventions, and really importantly, we advocate. So in the years to come, I want my impact to be, for one, to save as many lives as I can. I want to use my talents, my critical thinking, and my passion for advocacy to really promote patient care and improve patient care. And regardless of any recognition, because I know patients often will not see the extent of my impact, I just have this strong desire to spread good and advocate for every patient in my care and really provide them with the best care possible. The impact I envision having is part of what motivates me and what drives me. Through nursing school, I had this one phrase I thought of that always stuck with me in every interaction I had and with every lesson I learned and disease and drug I learned about, that there's so much good to be done. And I would say that phrase is what drives my motivation still today. As an insight into what schooling was like for me and my financial situation, I first worked as a dog walker because the hours of nursing school can be so demanding and I needed flexibility. But as time went on and expenses grew, I had to get a stable job. So I worked at a spin studio, like indoor cycling, mostly because the hours could give me flexibility around school and clinicals, but it also fueled my workout habits, which was nice. This meant working at 4:30 and 5:30 in the morning. So it meant waking up at 4 a.m. to take public transport to work, and then working a 3 to 4 hour shift in the morning, then rushing to class, and then getting an hour to myself after these 4 and 5 hour classes, and then working a closing shift before I would head home to study, or I'd head back to campus for any extracurriculars. I really credit my crazy schedule for teaching me a lot of time management, but I have no shame in admitting it was often very taxing on my mental and physical health. I was blessed to have some financial support from my parents, but as many know, San Francisco is not cheap at all. So expenses for living and rent and financial support with loans and tuition had to be compensated by me and my long-hour minimum wage earnings. I'm grateful for the opportunities and lessons from my experience, but I never want to discredit the hard work and everything I learned about myself and about how I should carry myself during that time. Thank you so much for listening, and to finish off answering one more question, I drink my coffee black, and my go-to drink was actually an iced quad shot, which is probably the most nursing answer possible.